this
Sorry,
oh,
forgot to
sorry.
record.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that I mean I'm seeing like so we're seeing some improvements there, like with like certain times he's not flipping from 0 to 120 like, he's not,
Yeah.
but then
Hmm.
there's still some other times he still is. And he still wants to flip over the chairs and he wants to kick and slam things and so um we're not seeing like it's not like all the time like before. If I would say 9 out of 10 days he was doing at least 8 or 9, like he just was
Right.
doing it over a lot.
Hmm.
um I did notice the one day while we were off over the spring break, I'm trying to think what day it was, but I said how are you feeling today, because he just kind of seemed a little bit different, and he said
Hmm.
I'm just a little bit hyper, mom. And I looked at him, I said, did you take your medication today? Because I've been allowing him, to be responsible for it and take it. He knows he usually takes it at breakfast time. And this was later on in the afternoon. And he's like,
Yeah.
he goes, I think I did. I said, well, how are you feeling? Because we've been doing more of an engagement every morning too. Like, well, how are you feeling right now as you're
Yeah.
waking up? How are
Hmm.
you feeling when you get home? Like, I'm trying to engage like where his emotions are. And he said, yeah, I just feel hyper, mom, but I feel pretty good. He goes, I don't feel irritated. And that's a lot. Like he normally has like the irritation, a little bit of the moods. But I
Right.
found it interesting that he forgot to take the ADHD medication, which is a stimulant, but he didn't feel the aggravation. He didn't feel agitated. He just felt a little hyper. So I
Mm.
thought that that was interesting because normally
Yeah.
like, he doesn't miss it. He like takes it just about every day. Um,
Right.
but I don't know. My husband and I have just been wondering. Plus, he's on that mood, the one mood swing, a bit generic for Abilify.
Hmm.
He's taking that too. And sometimes we're just wondering if, because there are side effects, like it even says with the ADHD medication he's taken, like aggressiveness, anger, what there's side effects.
Hmm.
Maybe that is something
What's he on again?
I'm
Remind me
talking to.
what
He's
ADHD?
on the generic of Vyvanse.
Vyvanse. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it's that Lex Dex
Hmm.
methazone. I don't say it right. I have to
Yeah.
look at the bottle to pronounce it. But he's only on 40 milligrams. When I say only 40 milligrams, because apparently it must go up a lot higher, is what the pediatrician's
Yeah.
making it sound like. So he's only on 40. But I don't know. Like I said, my goal was to ultimately just get him off of some things if we can, because he's just so little. I mean, I understand it helps.
Yeah.
I get it. It is helping, but sometimes I just wonder with the agitation part. Because I know even before the medications, yes, he would just be like a jumping jack. Like he had to get on everything, the
Hmm.
movement, constantly. But
Right.
he just wasn't like flipping out over everything. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
So I don't know. I shouldn't say, he did start at one point, but a lot of that I think was just there were some emotions, but it just seemed like it. John and I, as we go back and I look through some of my notes, it just seems like there's been more of an uptick when he's with the stimulant. So I don't know. I don't want
Oh.
to just cold turkey anything, but I'm really
Yeah.
trying to pay more attention. And this way I'm being more intentional to ask
Yeah.
him. And then I can go back and look like, okay, well, today you felt this way, just trying to figure things out. And then
Yeah.
he was trying to do like the belly breaths. That's what he chose to do. Um,
Yeah.
and if he does slow down, sometimes he'll be okay. But when
Yeah.
refuses not to slow down and do it, then of course he's not. He just, I just wish, because he hasn't seen us. Like, and I know you said because they say, you model for your child,
Right.
but he hasn't seen me flip over chairs. He hasn't seen me
Yeah.
like do these things that he does, like when he gets really mad.
Hmm.
So we're just still kind of working on that, still working on that because I just want to get to a point where it's like very minimal. Like it happens
Yeah.
like every
Yeah.
now and then,
Right. How long,
So
okay, remind me, when did he start the Vyvanse?
mm, we're in what, 26 now, 25,
Yeah.
24. It's probably been maybe has he been on it 2 years now? I'm thinking he may be on almost 2 years now. He's in maybe. I know it's been well over a year. Christine, I'm sorry, I don't know why
No,
I can't
no
remember
no worries.
exactly.
I'm just asking.
But
Actually, my
but a
nephew is
year.
on Vyvanse right now, and he has to go in for like, I don't know how often it is, but he has to go to the doctor to like do like a check-in and see how he's
Yeah.
doing, and they've had to
Yeah.
up the medication a couple times. Um, so when is his next, do you know when his next like check-in
His
is
next
with the doctor?
appointment will be like it's next month here. But he was seeing like he was also seeing a psychological what is she? A psychiatric nurse practitioner. She's
Okay.
the one that recommended the Vyvanse. We did that gene site testing, the
Oh,
swab,
good.
so we could
Uh-huh.
see what would potentially work for him.
Good.
Because he did the guanfacine
Yeah.
when he was really little, like in kindergarten, but there was those side effects of the, you know, where he was having the night terrors and certain things. So
Mm,
that was a side effect. The nurse practitioner said it was unusual, but it was a side effect. So well, that's what he's having. I mean, so we stopped that. And then so it was probably, and then I waited because I was just hesitant to do anything.
yeah.
But then I thought, we do need to try something. And I'm just trying to think. We got with the primary care because the Vanderbilt and all that, and then
Right.
decided to try the Vyvanse. And then we went to the nurse practitioner, like the psychiatric nurse practitioner, for another eval because of the mood swings. But
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking that the mood was, and I was telling the nurse, I was telling my pediatrician, I said, but it just feels like his mood, like with the escalation has increased since the Vyvanse. That because my
Right.
husband and I were noticing that, and she says, "Oh, she kind of brushed it off." So then
Mm,
we went to the nurse practitioner, so she adds Abilify, which we would see a little bit of a difference in the evening because it was mainly towards the in the afternoon when he'd come home. But on the weekends, it seemed like it didn't matter. I guess he just tries to hold himself together in school. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I don't
Lots of
know.
masking.
But
Mm-hmm.
and he did stop with like having the outbursts at school because he was having issues at school there for a while, and that's
Right.
why we went to
Mm-hmm.
this other program. So he was still on that medication. And I know it wears off, after a while. It's like,
Yeah.
it starts to come off out of your system. So I don't know. I think a part of me wants to switch my pediatrician. I think I want to go to someone else.
Get
I
another
just feel like
opinion.
I just feel
Mm-hmm.
like no, no, this is what we're doing. And like, I've asked her about non-stimulants. No, 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 he needs a stimulant. He needs a stimulant. And it's like, she doesn't, the nurse practitioner I was working with said we could probably do a sperm stimulant in the summertime, but I
Mm-hmm.
didn't feel it made sense for me to go into both of them. Like if
Mm,
the nurse practitioner wasn't really doing anything different than my doctor, why am I paying a higher copay to see her when I can see his pediatrician,
right.
for just
Yes.
I mean that was part of my rationale because it was $50 every time we had to see the nurse practitioner. And 50 is $50, but when I can just pay a 25 copay compared to that, why not? When I'm really not
Right.
getting anything different. We would
Exactly.
check the vitals and she would ask me how I was doing, but I
Um,
do know like if he does stop, if I can get him to stop, it does make a difference for
yeah.
the most part. If I can get him to just like regroup.
Right, right. Oh, there's Julie. Hi, Julie.
Okay.
Oh, I guess she's off. She's on mute.
There's
Sorry.
Hi, Julie. Oh, you're muted again. Well, while you're getting that fixed. Oh, there you are.
there she is.
Hi.
Okay, sorry.
No worries, no worries. Yeah, Maggie was just sharing about her son and how she's like thinking about maybe changing medications, maybe changing pediatricians. So, Maggie, do you think that you might change pediatricians before the his next appointment next month?
I'm hoping to. I have
Okay.
an office that I was going to call because this other person I'm looking at, like she also looks at holistic, and I just want I just want some
Yeah,
different
some
options
different
because I know
options.
mine that I'm going to. I mean, she's a good doctor. When Caden has been sick because he's had asthma, often in just seasonal asthma, different things. I mean, she's really been good with him, had
Hmm.
prevented, because the one time we had, anyway, she's really been good with if he's really sick and really on it with trying to, but other stuff, yeah, I just don't feel like she's listening to me.
If she's
Like,
listening, yeah.
yeah,
She's just
I mean, I know
like,
she's hearing me talk to her, but I don't really feel she's listening to what I'm passionately trying to say to her and like
right.
other options. It's like, I feel like this is her box of
Mm-hmm.
her options, and she doesn't want to look at outside that box. Because when I
Okay.
mention certain things, she just kind of like brushes it off. And I don't like
Hmm.
that.
No, you want someone who's going to
So,
really listen.
Yeah.
yes, because it's my son, not your son.
Right,
I'm like, I'm
exactly.
telling you that I think I would want to do something else. So, yeah. So I'm hoping that this it looks like the practitioner that I'm looking at, they're accepting new patients. So I'm hoping I can get him scheduled and just try to start, fresh, or, I'm not gonna say we're changing in cold turkey, but just start
Right.
with someone else.
I think that would be a good idea. And then when
Yeah.
does the school year end near you?
The school year ends on the last day of May here.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
that last Friday in May, like they get out
Okay,
early. So yeah, it
gotcha,
ends then.
gotcha. So
Yeah, yeah.
maybe it's something where like he stay. This might be a good time frame actually. Maybe he like stays on this medication until the end of the school year.
Right.
Then you get an appointment, and maybe you
What
could trial
what
something.
medication is
He's taking the
uh,
generic Vyvanse, which is that
oh,
yeah, methadone. I'm not saying that
is
right, but he takes the generic Vyvanse. He did try a guanfacine
is
years
that
ago, but he had side effects, like
is
major
that
side
one a
effects.
stimulant or a
Yeah, it's a
non-stimulant?
It's a
stimulant.
stimulant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the guanfacine was a non-stimulant, if I'm
Yeah, it
right.
is. You're right.
Yeah,
It
and
is a
that's what, but
non-stimulant.
with him having the hallucinations and the night terrors, we had to get him off of that.
Right. And that
So,
That's
went
one that
away when he got off of
mhm.
it.
Yeah, it went away. The night terrors and hallucinations went away. Yeah,
Yeah. What were you gonna
that
say,
was
my
Julie?
son's on my son's on guanfacine. I think it's also called Intuitive, and
okay.
it's like 2 milligrams, and then he's on Strattera. But
Stricken.
he just told the psychiatrist that he wants to try stimulants again.
Hmm.
So
Did he?
Okay.
Okay.
I think he's saying like he doesn't really think it's helpful, the non-stimulants.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
your son's 15 and Kaden is what, 9 or 10?
He just turned, yeah, he's 10. He
He's
turned 10
10.
in March. Yeah. Yeah, he's 10.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Yeah.
okay.
I think that would be a good timeline though, Maggie. I think that would line up really well because you could, if you're not feeling good about this, you could trial something else over the summer and see how he does.
Right.
Not to make him a
Right.
lab rat,
Yeah.
but like you wanna,
Right. Because I don't
yeah.
want to mess things up. He's doing really, like I said, he's really doing great in school, holding everything together there and doing
Mm-hmm.
what he's asked. We still have some issues with the homework thing, but like I said, I think the writing and some of that's just a little bit challenging for him. So
Yeah.
I've been sitting down with him, being as patient as I can and, going over that homework with him. We'll read this, so what did you read? Tell me about it. Just kind of ask him some
Yeah.
questions to help him get through the parts where he has to write it out. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, good, now you just need to put that in a sentence, So, and
Yeah.
what do you start with? What does the sentence start with? And he'll look at me, a capital. I say, yep, a capital letter. What does it end with? So I mean, just so,
Right.
and how do you write?
Good.
Because he still wants to like push all the letters together. I'm like, remember, you gotta have that space because you can't
Right.
have each word running in each other. And he'll
Yeah.
get frustrated because he just
Mhm.
wants to, write it real fast and push them together. But
Mm-hmm.
we're slowly getting there. It's not as like painful as it was,
Well, you know
like,
what? Writing typically is a big struggle with ADHD, and I love that you're like having him think about it before he puts it on
Yeah.
paper. That's such a great strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
that's
trying.
awesome. Um,
Thank
They were
you.
saying they were saying that my son, who I have one that's 10, and I just had an IEP meeting, and they were saying how the mechanics is something that like he really needs to work on, like the capitalization and
mhm.
the
Mm,
subject
Very
and verb,
typical.
and just and
the
the
same
like the
thing.
reading comprehension. And but
Right.
Yeah.
it's crazy how like the handwriting, my 10 and the 15-year-old both have really bad handwriting.
Hmm.
I just wish there was something that would help them.
Now,
But
did they
it
ever
feels like
receive OT services like occupational therapy? Because that can really help with writing.
no,
Yeah.
they never called for that.
Hmm.
No, Caden.
Yeah.
Yeah, Caden had OT services when he was younger. He did. Like I
Hmm.
said, when he takes his
Okay.
time, he can write better because part of his consequences is we'll have him write sentences at times when he's, doing, it's like part of like a punishment. I wouldn't want to say punishment, but
Oh,
it is a consequence. He has to sit down and he'll have to write
yeah.
15 sentences, and a lot of that's with that regulation when he's getting like upset and he's throwing it. We're just trying to get him to like, he'll write it out so he can write it and think about it.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I'm doing. We're trying those things. And there's times like, I'm like, look, because I've mentioned that to him. I brought the papers out. I said, look, Kate, look how neat you're writing here. But you're doing this assignment and you're just really sloppy. Why? You're like trying to figure
Right.
out, like, okay, you can write neat when you want to. He just doesn't want to do the homework half the time. That's the problem. I think
Right.
that's the gist of it. He doesn't want to do the homework. So I said, well,
Mm,
try not to look at it as like a homework
Yeah.
burden. you're helping yourself learn and grow. Think of it that way. Like I'm trying like
Yeah,
all these
different.
things to like, and then I'll even try to make it fun and I'll give him a break in between, like, all right, you did
Yeah.
it, great, here's a Tootsie Roll, Kaden. You want Tootsie Roll? Sure, Mom. It's like,
Good. Yeah, you're
I don't know,
doing
just try
positive
to kind of,
reinforcement.
those reinforcers, just trying to do different things to not feel like so dread. And then Kaya, she just soars through it. Of course, they're wired differently, but she loves to write and stuff. And she'll like, I'll help you, Kate. And then he gets a little frustrated with her because she
Right.
wants to help him and say, and then she's like, no. He's like, no, but yeah.
I
So
like that you're
I just
doing
want to try to help with this to get the better habits now so it doesn't continue to drag out because, he'll be going into fourth grade next year.
mm-hmm.
And and he has the PSSAs coming up this year. And I know he's getting really stressed about that. And I said,
Oh,
and
the
I told
state
him, I said,
testing,
Kaden,
don't even.
don't worry
Uh,
about it. You just do your
yeah.
best. But when you're
It's
finished, the
just
important thing is that you're
right.
still in the classroom, you're drawing,
Mm-hmm.
doing whatever you are, you're not distracting anybody. That's
Mm-hmm.
the main thing. Like when you're done, like
Yeah.
don't stress out over it. Do what you can, do your best. I mean, that's all we're asking. Just try.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
don't get yourself all flustered if you don't know something. You just don't know it then. I
Right.
mean, because he's
Exactly.
getting himself really worked. He's nervous about this. He's
He
told me
might,
that.
does he have like a lot of people with ADHD and have like perfectionism? They're like, do not want to make a mistake. They're like, have a
Well, I know
big
when he's
fear of,
building things, he's
yeah.
very
Mm-hmm.
perfection to the T when he's
Mm-hmm.
building stuff. And if his sister comes over and does something, he's like, "Why did you do that?" 'Cause he is, and I love
Yeah.
the way he builds things because he uniquely builds some stuff. I don't know how he comes up with this in his brain, but he is particular and he doesn't want you to take it apart or mess with it. He
Right.
wants to
Yeah.
keep it like it is until he's ready to destroy it and take it apart.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
but he doesn't
Yeah.
want anybody else doing it.
Right.
So,
Right. I hear you. I hear you. Yeah. Well, I love that you're
yeah.
doing positive reinforcement. And like, honestly, when they're in elementary school, Maggie, let him, if he wants to hop on one foot while he's doing some math facts, you know this because
Just
you're,
let him do. Yes.
you know what I mean? If he wants to
Yeah.
sit under the table and do his homework because he feels safe there, like, and the whole novelty piece with ADHD, like they need things to like be kind of exciting and not boring. And
Right.
maybe one day he
Right.
wants to sit under the table, maybe one day he wants to hop on one foot, and you just allow that. He doesn't, I mean, you know him. He sitting still at a
Yeah.
table is just doing a kid such a disservice. That's why public schools
Yes.
really need like an
Yeah.
overhaul with supporting neurodivergent
They
kids.
do.
But
They
or if he
do.
wants to do it outside, if
Yeah,
you like,
we've done that already too.
yeah,
We've gone outside. Yeah, and I like what you're saying because
mhm,
I have given him options
yeah, good,
because he does. And even I do the same thing with Kaya because I don't want him to think I'm just singling him out like, well, you're letting me get on the table, so I let her
right,
choose too. Like we'll even,
good.
just do things. Um just anyway, yeah. I
Does
know, but
he
it
do you
is
give
like
him downtime when he comes home before
we
homework?
do. Yeah.
Good,
Yeah, I
good.
do. Like, cause we've talked about like when we sat down together, like, okay, Kate, and I'm trying to think. We went over like what his last class was of the day or what they were doing. I say, so when you come home, I said, you want us, do some other things or homework first. So we do homework first and then you play, or you can play for a while, we eat dinner, then you do homework. Like we were trying to work with him, like so you need to do it and you need to pick a
Right.
time. And I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
wait till the time for bed because I want to have a nice bed routine like we keep doing because I like to get him to settle down. I don't want him to get all worked up, before he goes to bed.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I like to read and I will read to him then, but I don't want to read and do an assignment before he goes to bed. I just don't want to do that. I want to read for
Right.
fun because I like having fun with them when we're reading um and I like it when he's willing to read stuff too. And I just encourage him, like, what's that word? I don't know what that word is, even though I know the word. And then
Right.
he'll sound it out and he'll tell me. So, like, I'm like, why
Yeah,
don't you read that
good.
next sentence? And he'll read the next sentence. So I just like, I want to, so he continues to, because reading is so important. And
Yeah.
he has moved up. He had a test, I think it was before the break, and he had moved up a level. And I
Oh,
congratulated him for
good.
that. I was like, good job. So now
Yes,
it's just
celebrate
like I said,
that.
that writing piece. And like I said, it might
Mm-hmm.
take some time because it's something he really doesn't want to do. So I
Right.
think it's just going to take a little bit of time. But
Yeah.
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 So
And
just a few things to try to think about here as we're moving forward. But
yeah.
yes, so he's chosen. Now we have soccer practice too. That had started, and that's on Mondays and Wednesday nights. So he did his homework yesterday after we had no, he waited till we got home because we have to be at soccer like by 6,
Mm,
and we're home eating dinner. So I've made exceptions on Mondays and Wednesdays because it's like, yeah, we'll just do it once you get home. But he sat down and he did it last night, so that was good.
good.
Yeah.
Good, good, good. Yeah. And
But he loves soccer. He really does love it.
that's
And I
good.
think
That's a
it's a
good
great out
outlet.
for him. He
Mm-hmm.
can move and groove and burn his energy up. And Kaya's playing too, and she's on his team. So it's been
Oh,
so neat to see
Oh,
him like showing her stuff and like a big brother. And like when I drop him off in the morning, like these beautiful things I see, and I always thank him for it. But he'll hold her hand, like to make sure she's walking with him because of the path they have to take to, to then go the cross guard to walk over. It's just he looks after her. But then there's other times when he's arguing with her, here at the house, right?
right.
But I see those moments where he's just like protective and he's taking care of her,
Oh,
and
how
I
old is your
love
daughter?
that.
that's good. That's great to
She's
see.
8. She's 8, and I
Oh,
do, I love that, I
Yeah.
do, because they can play real well together at times, but boy, can they get into it, like every brother and sister, I guess,
Right.
every sibling. No.
Oh, and Julie, how are you? So we were gonna go into like my slides, but like I was like, do you want to talk first? And so Maggie was just talking through some stuff. I know that
oh.
Patrick, do you want to share anything or how are you doing right
Um,
now?
I mean, it was nice to see a picture. It's just, I know it's gonna be tough, especially when we talk to him next week. Like,
Yeah. Well,
it's
he looked happy in the
like,
picture.
yeah,
Are
but I
you?
know like the letter said like I'm still gonna hold resentment, and there was a
Wow.
girlfriend that we didn't know about, and he was like, did you like I'm gonna lose her because of this? And
Well, he's just
it's
saying that right now. I'm sure if she's somebody that's really special, he won't lose her. Do you care if we share this with Maggie, like where he is right now? I
oh,
mean, this is a good
that's
thing.
yeah, it's fine. He's at Blue Fire. It's a wilderness program in Idaho. Um,
Your son,
there was some,
your
yeah, the
okay,
15-year-old.
okay,
And he's been
Yeah.
there for how long now? Two
Um,
weeks?
we he went out on the 29th, so close to 2 weeks.
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
He's there for
he's
how long again, Julie?
they say at least 2.5 months, probably 3.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And what was, if this was for, what was there, just
the therapist has been he was just not doing well in school. He got involved with middle school around I live in Maryland, Montgomery County,
okay.
but the middle school that we lived near was just there was like a lot of drugs, and he got caught up in that,
Oh, so
and
young. Yeah.
he would
Yeah.
take
Oh.
he would take he was taking off like after school and not letting us know where he was. He had a phone 360. He would turn the light 360 off, like
Oh,
so. It was a bunch of stuff, but I
that
found out
sounds like.
through his Instagram after he left. We got on. I found out he was selling marijuana vapes, and it's just
Oh,
it was the environment,
Yeah.
and I
yeah.
I mean, he was one of 3 white kids in this Hispanic and black school. So he was probably trying to fit in. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, a lot of these kids, the parents aren't around. And so I don't know, like, I don't know how we're going to avoid when he comes back. Like, I guess that's my main concern is like, I feel like he's doing well now. And I think he knows that it was an issue. But like, I don't know how, like, you tell them, like, oh, well, you can't go around these people. Even the girlfriend was doing weed.
Mm,
And there was videos of him smoking it, and it was just
yeah.
upsetting. I mean, I knew he was smoking and stuff, but he kept denying everything, and he
Mm.
at one point wouldn't even go to therapy. He got out of the car, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah, he and you
That's gotta
guys
be, that's hard.
she tried a lot
That's
too.
a,
Like they tried therapy and lots of interventions at school and he was really amping up and dysregulated and getting kind of physical with his siblings and destroyed the
mm,
dryer, the
yeah,
washer. Um, so it's like
yeah.
his path was
He
either
punched
like,
holes, and
yeah, he was punching
does
holes.
he have,
and
does
he
he
was
have like
getting
a, I'm sorry, does he have the ADHD and things too, or no? Does he have her son?
Yeah, he
He
has
has
So
ADHD.
yeah,
Okay,
so
ADHD.
both
he has the ADHD too, and okay, okay,
yeah,
Are they
and
gonna
he's got an
test him for
IEP. We
other
had him in,
stuff?
so they're gonna do a full neuropsych test in
Good,
2 weeks,
good.
and they want to see the old test from the cat like 2 years ago, but
and compare
I
it.
don't think it was
Mhm.
very thorough.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think
Yeah.
so
I just
either.
think that I feel like there might have been some like high level autism
Yeah.
Oh,
or like just more learning abilities,
Mm-hmm.
but the emotional regulation, and he's said in one of his letters that he's going to be working on self control. So I'm glad that he knows that was an issue.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
I'm
And
just a weed
and this was, you know
and,
what, this is such a great
like you,
opportunity, Julie. I mean, it was either he was headed down the prison pipeline, honestly. If you
yeah,
guys wouldn't have intervened and done this and had this
well, there was a,
amazing opportunity, like I'd be really
yeah,
scared for Patrick. I was scared for
yeah,
him.
well, on Instagram, there was this guy threatening to beat him up because of money. And
Yeah.
luckily, I kind of knew about it. So before we gave him $100 to pay this guy off. But like, and I don't know how to report it because Instagram has fake pictures. So it's and names like the guy's name was Snake.
yeah, yeah.
Snake.
But
Mm.
I mean, he was seeing rats for like close to weeks. And
No,
Mm.
since he's gone, he's been getting phone calls, and I don't know. We told the girlfriend that he was away, but we didn't tell her where. We just said that he was at a relative's, and like she kept saying, "Well, when can I see him? When can I see him?" But
Yeah.
mm,
yeah,
Well, this is the best opportunity he could have. Even if he doesn't see it now, he's going to see it one day. I mean, what you're doing for him is such a
yeah,
gift, Julie. I know it's hard because he's not near you, but at least you can sleep at night
yeah,
knowing he's in a safe place, and
yeah.
people
I
are
have a
looking out for
question,
him. Yeah.
Christina. When you were in Montgomery County Public Schools for a while,
I was in Tacoma Park.
did so they told Billy he needed to withdraw Patrick, and he already did that. Is that better than a medical leave of absence?
So
Same thing
withdraw him for they just told you just to withdraw him for the
from
school year.
school.
Could it be a medical withdrawal?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Billy already signed the paperwork,
Mm-hmm.
but I guess I don't know. I'm hoping so because if then he'd probably have to repeat 8th grade again.
Well, I do they understand the circumstances? Like, did that ed consultant come in and talk with admin and like really let them know what was going on and where he was going to be going?
No,
Hmm.
no. Billy did the talking. Do you
Hmm.
think I should have the educational consultant reach out?
Yes. 100%. Because
Mm,
he's
Okay,
he's kind of like the liaison between like, the
because
school and the wilderness place
I
where
mean
he is. I would definitely have him
he's
reach
gonna
out.
get he's gonna get a couple credits for the wilderness thing, but I mean he wasn't doing well at all,
I don't
and so
see
it's
them failing him though. Honestly, it is
I know
so hard for
that's
kids to
what
fail these days. Like
right.
they
I
just have
know
to
I think
not
it's the
somebody
show.
same
told
way.
me.
It's the same
I
way in
said
our
some
district where we live. Because I think, because I'd asked the one the one, it was the first, second year maybe I was working. I was like, do they ever hold any children back? And
Yeah,
she
they
like
really
shook her
yeah.
don't.
head, like
I
they,
think it makes the school look bad. That's why. They told me that like
Yeah.
I don't know.
There are some kids that
It's
really
sad.
probably
Don't
need to be, and the school system is just really against
and
they're
that
just
now.
pushing them through. Because I
Hmm.
saw a boy that was in third grade really
yeah.
struggling with just simple math,
Hmm.
like addition, and you need addition and that stuff so you can build on your
Yeah.
multiplication and whatnot.
Right.
So in third grade, they're doing the multiple. He was really struggling, and that was part of the issues in the classroom because he was struggling, so he would get upset and mad. So they're doing him a disservice. I, sorry, but
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? I mean,
No.
he was I mean,
Which
I felt for this boy. I really felt for him because I could understand why he was
which
frustrated.
school system?
I live in PA.
Where do you
So
live?
I live in
Oh,
Pennsylvania.
okay.
So
Yeah,
I
Oh, okay.
I just I don't know, but I when you were mentioning that, yeah, I was told too that they don't
they
hold them
really
back.
don't.
And
They'll even say like,
And then they get
"Oh,
to high school.
what?
Yeah.
Would you say,
Well, then they
Julie?"
get to high school, and it's like
I know. Well,
if
they
they get
might
them
tell
to high
you
school,
have him
they're
do summer classes. They're going to do everything they can in their power to make sure he goes to high school. Like
but what
100%.
if he's not around for summer classes?
Do they give you a date of when he'd be back? Or they're just like approximately two
Um,
months?
well, probably three, so that would be April, May, the end of June. But
Mm.
I don't know if boarding school, like, unfortunately, if it's boarding school table, like, I don't know.
Would you say, sorry, you're breaking up a little, Julie.
I said like uh we have to consider. So like we're not positive, and if he does like that, then he wouldn't be coming home.
Yeah,
It's still too early. Like
it's still really early, but yeah, if you really want to try to like get the process rolling and just talk to the school. Like, have you talked to the school and like explained? I know that Billy did the withdrawal, but did he explain like where he is and the purpose and what are next
yeah,
steps for when he returns?
yes,
What did the school say?
no. He Billy just said, look, he's at, and they were kind of surprised. They were like, oh wow,
Mm.
like because they were like, oh, we know he was a sweet kid and he was trying, and but they
Well,
were like kind of in shock, I think.
well, they also, I mean, not many
I
kids
mean,
have this
most,
opportunity to go to a wilderness camp. I mean, that's probably why they're shocked, but they know he was
yeah,
getting in fights. They know he was kind of avoiding work, skipping class. They're probably just really surprised to hear where he went because
yeah,
not many kids have this opportunity, you know?
yeah. Well,
I
if it weren't for my parents, it's crazy how expensive
I
just to
know
get him
your
out there.
parents
The transport
are,
team
yeah.
that cost $10,000 just to have people fly out with them.
Wow.
So
Well, God bless your parents,
it's
Julie.
more than it's than Catholic high school fee. Just started this month.
Hmm.
It's
Can you hear her,
it's
Maggie?
there's a lot of cutting in and out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like going
uh,
in and out, Julie.
it's
Like we can hear like I heard like Catholic school and then you were out and then are
uh,
you driving?
can you hear me?
Hmm. Yeah, you're kind of
Must be
going
the
in and out.
yeah, maybe the connection or the
Hmm.
Better?
Well like you're
I could probably try and move.
okay, right now you
Let me try
sound
and move. That
right
might
now
just
you sound good.
yeah, you sound great right now.
Oh, okay. Okay, maybe it was because the car. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, you sound so much better right now.
Wait a second. Okay. Sorry.
No
That's
worries at
okay.
all. So Julie, yeah, like you and I can talk more about that if you need help like calling the school, but I think basically maybe it would be good for you and Billy to have even like a phone call with the school, if not like an in-person meeting, and just lay everything on the table and just say, like, we don't really know what the plan is. He's probably going to be there 3 months. It could be shorter, it could be longer. We don't know if boarding school is going to be the next step, but if we do decide to get him back into the Montgomery County school system, what will that look like since he, missed the last three or no, 2 months. I don't know when the
I,
last day of school is this year. Do you? Is it like
um,
mid-June?
the last day of school for Montgomery County, they changed it. It was going to be the end of June, but now it's June 18th.
June 18th. Okay,
Mm.
so he would have missed like April, May, and half of yeah. Okay, so he's gonna miss about 2.5 months of school. And I honestly, I have
Yeah.
seen kids on the absentee list that have missed more than that, and they still passed them.
And I think you just have to have a note from the doctor.
Yeah, and
I think.
I think he'll have, if he's getting a full psychic eval and he's in a place where
Yeah.
he is, I would just call the school and just explain, or I could even help craft an email for you, Julie, so we can put it in writing exactly what's happening and you can just send it off to the administration. And just so that you have it in writing, a paper trail of like where he is, what's going on, and you just kind of want to plan for next steps in case he does attend a Montgomery County high school. What is the high
Yeah.
school where he would be going? Is it Wheaton?
Well, he originally wanted to go to Kennedy, which that just can't happen
Mm-hmm.
because there's like kids that would be from the same school
Yeah, you want to get
and
him
it's
away
like
from that crowd. You really
yeah,
do. And I know that's hard because he grew up in Montgomery County, right? You guys have been there a while.
yeah,
I know it's hard, but yeah,
yeah,
I think if you can get him away from that crowd, it'll be much better off, a much better outlook for Patrick.
yeah. I'll I'll look into it. Thanks for the offer that with the letter. I'll ask them what like or the I feel like the school if yeah, I
Yeah,
feel like
well,
they're not going to make him make up work
they probably won't.
because who would
They,
be in charge of that? The principal?
yeah, I mean, I don't even, because it's such a unique situation.
But like,
Um,
would he get like incompletes on his report card?
Mm.
I mean, will they even issue a report card if he's,
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Or
Oh,
You know
you
what I
know what?
mean? Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's why they told Billy to withdraw him.
Yeah.
Maybe so they don't have to deal with that.
Yeah. Well,
But I
yeah.
just hope I don't know.
is the does the program like the program that he's in, do they do academics there too? Or no? Like
No,
they don't do schoolwork. Okay, I wasn't sure
they do a
if they
little
did
bit, but
academics
no.
within there.
It's
Okay.
like riding
Okay.
horses and lot.
Things
It's
like
like a
Yeah,
okay,
big
like the
name, like
equestrian
thing.
stuff for like
Yes.
that emotional support
Hmm.
and different things. Okay, I wasn't sure if so I know there's other places
yeah,
that may not be like with the horses, but where placement for children who are having similar things. And
yeah,
they have the academic component there too, especially when they're in school. Like that's why I
Hmm.
was wondering.
yeah. I think there's like he'll get like 3 credits, but it's like mainly just journaling and some reading and stuff.
And
Like
that's
it's not a
honestly what
lot.
That's
that's what his
that's what I
brain,
need.
his
Yeah.
body, his soul needs
Mm.
right now is just to be in nature. Like
Yeah.
he's not regulated enough
Yeah,
to like sit down and do homework or any schoolwork. I think
Yeah.
he's in the best place right now.
yeah,
You can always catch
Yeah.
up. There's summer school, there's online stuff. Like I would just like
yeah,
worry
Yeah.
about him getting like psychologically, and emotionally in a better space. That should
yeah.
be the priority. But if you decide you want to write an email to the school, I'm happy to craft that
Okay.
for you. And yeah, I was
Like
in
I
the
know when my daughter was younger, she missed 2 months and we we're trying to get like for the longest time we tried to get like a home health teacher
yeah,
and
mm-hmm,
it didn't really pan out, but like she did some work online or
mm-hmm,
some work they gave her, but so she missed like 2.5 months and they still passed her on.
yeah. I think that they will. I do. Um, I would take it one step at a time because you don't know, Julie. You guys might get to the point where you're like, okay, maybe boarding school is what we're gonna do. Like whatever's best for Patrick, and because Patrick, I mean, hopefully in the next 2.5, 3 months, he's gonna be a different kid. He's still adjusting to being there, and
Yeah.
so right now, just take it one step at a time. But I'm happy to help you like communicate with the school system
Do
if
you
you'd
think
like.
though, like if he's gonna change and stuff, like do you think that when he comes back he would be like itching to talk to these same people?
That's a really, really great question, Jolie.
Like it's just so hard. It's like
You want to think that when he goes there, he's going to gain all this experience and like really, really want to work on the self-control. But he's also 15 with ADHD, so his executive function level, as we know, is at least 30. Like he's probably functioning more like he just turned 15, right? He just turned
yeah, but the therapist even out there said he's functioning more like at a third.
like a level of a 13-year-old.
Yeah, 12, 13. That's what I was gonna say. So I don't know that he could be really trusted to make wise
Yeah.
decisions. Um, Not that
And
we
how do
don't.
you like everybody's like, "Oh, just don't let him." But like the thing is he would sneak out or
Yeah,
he
you
would like
didn't
go
have control over that. He would just kind of he did what he
cuz
wanted.
like I agree like the parent like I would have liked to have known the friends. We
Hmm.
didn't know anybody.
Yeah, and the people he was hanging out with were not the
Yeah.
crowd that.
And it's like he even told the therapist he should have made a better choice as far as the people he hung out with. And he said that he was using the weed as a coping mechanism for the stress, like the stress
Hmm.
of not doing well in school and social. And
But he was also selling it too, so that's adds another. I mean, it. I don't know if he's gonna be like completely like, okay, I can come home and make complete wise decisions and change my social network and all that. I think again, it's just kind of taking it one step at a time, seeing where Patrick is in June,
yeah,
and um, but I really
yeah,
don't blame you for not wanting him to attend a school
yeah.
like nearby. Um,
And I just think like he wasn't getting the support, even though he had an IEP. He should have been like getting more help. And like it just, these teachers didn't have the knowledge to teach
yeah,
him.
and or the bandwidth probably like all the schools like there's
I
just
mean, like
staff
the
is
math
so
class was like, I think he said there were 25 kids in his math class. When I
yeah.
was in private school, my math classes were like always like 10 to 15 students.
Yeah, private school is much better. It's
Yeah,
like
private school's better,
mhm.
but the public schools, there's a lot more
There's
in
a
a
lot more
classroom.
kids. Is
Yeah.
that an option at all, Julie, for him to go to private school?
Yeah. My parents, yeah. I mean, he was in Catholic, but I think he needs to have like a school where they're used to like teaching like kids with ADHD. Like
Yes.
I've looked at the McLean school.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know those kind of schools are pricey, but I don't know, like the teachers just have like you watch these videos and they just seem to know how to teach these kids and or a
And the
school
class
that does more
sizes.
projects.
Mm-hmm. Well, you remember
But
Nikki that was in our group? Her son
yeah,
Will, yeah, her son Will, they're in Canada, but her son Will, I think, goes to a school that's like designed for neurodivergent kids, and like he is thriving there.
and he's how
Um,
old?
he is, I want to say he's 14.
12. Oh, okay.
I think he's 14, and Nikki just emailed me last night with like she's having an issue, so we're going to be meeting, but I know that's Canada, but I can ask her
Yeah.
more about to see if there's like forgot what it's called, maybe Waldorf. Does that sound familiar?
That's like a form of Montessori because I worked at a Montessori school.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have Barry across the street, but that doesn't seem to be like, and that's Montessori, but I don't think that would be the right fit for him.
No.
But
Is like Montessori more for children that are like struggling with other things, but not like neurodivergent?
no,
Is
it's
it
more like
no,
hands-on stuff.
It's hands-on
oh, okay.
project-based learning. So
I
like
was
they're not
So
okay. I
sitting
wasn't
at
sure what
desks
that
all the
was.
time. They're like up
Okay.
and like, getting
And
their hands dirty and like
yeah,
learning through doing, projects and
okay,
stuff.
okay, okay.
And the classes tend to be a lot smaller.
yeah.
Smaller.
Um,
Okay.
so I mean, Montessori, is
It's
that an option at all?
yeah, I guess it is. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
I think,
Hmm.
Julie, would I would try to just like right now in your mind, I would try to just let's just take it like
It's hard
one.
to not think about it.
I know it's hard, but you know that like no matter what, it's going to work out. He has two supportive parents. You have support. He has supportive grandparents who are like financing this opportunity for him. And if private
Yeah.
school is, maybe it's a choice. This summer it's like, hey, you're going to go to boarding school or you're going to go to this private school.
Well, he knows that he thinks he's going to go to public school, but it's like
Mm.
the reason I think he wanted to go to public so bad was he heard, oh, they don't have homework and they
Oh,
don't like
he's
when he
gonna
was in
have homework
Catholic
in high
school,
school. He's gonna have homework in high school.
but they don't admit like they barely did in middle. They
Yeah.
Wow.
they barely
I
had
always had
papers.
homework in middle school.
They
Yeah.
just
I think that's
Things have
so odd
changed a
not to have
lot.
home. We always
it's
had homework. That's
yeah, they barely
crazy.
do papers. they're not
Is it all
preparing
on the
them.
computer? Is it all on the computer? All computer.
And there's a
Yeah.
lot of research out that says that homework is worthless in elementary school. Like
Yeah.
that's why when parents come to me like, "Oh my gosh, homework is such a battle every night." I'm like, "We need to like
Yeah.
think about picking our battles." In high school
Right.
though, like there's going to be papers and reports
Yeah.
and essays
Mm-hmm.
And you
and
have like hours and hours of homework.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. That's going to be a big transition for him for sure, but he's surrounded by so much support and I would try, yes, you do want to be thinking ahead of different options. Your first step is just to see like what's even the process if he does. I mean, is there any chance, Julie, that you're going to be sending him to a public school, do you think, next year?
um, I mean, if we were able to move to Bethesda, maybe like
Is
Walter
that a
Johnson.
possibility? You guys
No.
thinking about moving?
Well, we
Bethesda, wow, Bethesda's so expensive. Wow.
yeah, we can't afford to move. Like the houses are mostly like $1 million,
Oh, exactly.
Wow.
Bethesda
Wow.
is like
even in
LA. It's so
Kensington.
expensive. Yeah, Kensington's expensive too. My old principal used to live there. Um,
But
You're
so,
right though. That's like the richer part of the county.
but it's probably like a 5% chance he would go back to a public school
Okay. Well then,
because he just there's no way he would. He's showing us that he needs more structure and like more one-on-one attention,
right,
and
exactly.
they can't
Exactly.
they can't give him that.
And you can't take his word
Right.
for it when he's like, "Oh, I'm going to work on my self-control." No, actions
And
speak
like
louder than words until you see that behavior change. Like,
and the fact that he really wanted to go to public school and he had this IEP, but he wasn't even trying, which is like hard. It's like
yeah.
he wasn't putting in the effort.
That's another thing too with the IEP thing. A lot of private schools, they don't have to, by law, they don't have to follow an IEP.
Yeah.
So you might want to find a school that really does
Yeah.
specialize in neurodivergent support, or
Yeah.
maybe I know boarding school is a big decision because who knows where that would be. Do you even know where the boarding school would be?
No, I know that the consultant, I guess we'll wait till later on, but he travels around the US.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's gone to like all these different schools and wilderness programs. And like,
Yeah.
I've heard bad things about the ones in Utah. I would not be willing to even look at those.
Oh,
They're
really?
supposed,
Or they have a bad rep over in Utah?
well, they just, these kids end up like getting into cults and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, geez.
I mean, I know Massachusetts has a lot. There's actually a school in Maryland called Calverton.
Yes, where is that? That sounds so familiar.
So it's
Calverton.
about 45 minutes away in
Is it in
Huntington.
southern Maryland?
No, well, it's in Calvert County near Chesapeake Beach.
Okay, yeah.
Mm.
So
Mm.
And
headed
I
towards
actually
southern
looked at
Maryland.
that. So I was looking at that. I was like, well, maybe if Billy would be willing to move to Huntington.
Would he? I mean, I know Billy's job.
Yeah,
I
I don't
don't,
know.
it's in
I feel
Virginia,
like,
right?
but it's like at least it's in the country. You can't get on a city bus. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It says it's 45 minutes from Huntington to Northern Virginia. So,
Hmm.
but with traffic, I guess it would be closer to 2 hours. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that school seemed to have like a lot of teachers that specialized with ADHD and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
I'm gonna do
So I
some
don't know.
research too, Julie. I'm gonna write myself a note right now. I'm gonna research some different schools that might be, good for
Yeah.
Patrick. Um,
I know there's a
yeah.
school called the Chelsea School, but it's in Hyattsville. Um,
Oh,
um,
I don't know if Hyattsville's the greatest area, right?
yeah.
Mm. Well, I'm gonna look into this and I'll let you know. And but I want you, Julie, just to like this time try to take it even 1 week at a time. You have no idea. You could get on that therapy call with him and he could be glowing. I mean, the picture you sent me, she sent me a picture of her son on a horse, Julie, or Maggie, and I have to show
No.
he
You get
looks happy. He really looks happy. Can I show? I don't know if you can
yeah.
see. Look at how
No,
happy he
look at him.
looks.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean,
I hadn't seen him smile like that in like a long
Yeah.
time,
he's adorable,
even on
by the
his
way.
birthday.
Yeah. My
Oh,
So
my son, like we did a thing for a little while. It was I guess it's been over a year now, but we did some horse equestrian things. He
yeah,
really liked it. He really, he
yeah.
loved working with that horse, and his face just lit up, I mean,
And
so, and
supposedly horses are very like intuitive.
they
mm-hmm.
are,
Like,
they are.
and I grew up horseback riding, and
Did you?
yeah,
Yeah.
They're very
Horses, I love
therapeutic.
horses too. I rode every now and then with a friend of ours that we knew that had horses. But as I'm older, I haven't, rode for a long
yeah.
time, except when we were in Honduras and riding like the mules and then some horses.
Oh
But
wow,
that's been, a few years ago when did that. But yeah, I just know his little face lit up. He loved it. And
yeah,
Tucker was his horse. But it's neat how they connect, they get the child with the horse, right, with the right horse. I mean, it's just,
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't know. It was nice, and he did like it.
yeah,
So
I
I
think,
do
yeah.
wish the best for your son and the what best for your family.
And they
I
went
don't
yeah.
know
to
how
the
the girlfriend is, but if she's not on the same wavelength that you want your boy to be, she's gonna pull him.
well,
I'm just
unfortunately,
saying that
Yeah.
and
because girlfriends and boyfriends have a habit of, we've had boyfriends pull our daughter in wrong directions, and
Yeah.
it can happen so quickly and right under your nose, like you don't even realize it,
Yeah.
unfortunately,
sometimes.
like he didn't even mention her to us, and
That's
it's probably
interesting.
because yeah,
Mhm.
He didn't
but
want you guys to meet her?
no.
Hmm.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it was yeah. So it's I don't know. I think
Maybe
she,
she's such, I hate to say this about kids, but she sounds like she might be trouble.
well, she
She's
was
a
definitely
kid.
doing weed, and
Mm.
I think she wanted to know when he'd be back because of that. She
He
probably
was
got
probably her supplier.
yeah.
Aw.
So it's
Yeah.
like I just hope he realizes like these people aren't true friends. That these
Yeah.
people were taking advantage of him, and
I
I think
know.
he has like one true friend.
Oh. Well, he's probably going to make lifetime friends where he is now that he's probably going to keep in
Yeah,
Yeah,
touch
make
with.
some connections. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and they're all like his age, and it sounds like talking on the parent Zoom for the we have a parent Zoom every Thursday at 5. It sounds like a lot of the boys are similar to him, and the parents have been really supportive.
Oh, that's so
And
important.
That's
So, like,
good.
it's a
Yeah.
support group for all the parents that are of the
yeah, and
kids that are
it's
there? That's awesome.
yeah, and most of the parents, their kids have been there for like 5 or 6 weeks, and they said like even the leader said that all the kids say the same thing when they get out there, like I hate it, and I don't
Right.
want to do this.
Of course.
But
Yeah.
I mean, I yeah, it's like so many cool opportunities, like the rock climbing, the whitewater rafting.
Yeah. I
They
think
get
it's
to
just that part where you get right into the nature and that openness. And it is
and they
Yeah.
different
can't
than,
have a and they don't have a phone, so they have to learn how to like. And he likes to
Mhm.
draw and stuff like that, so hopefully
Yeah.
and journal.
Yeah.
Like there's limited distractions. They can just work on themselves and figure, that you don't have all
Yeah,
those other distractions pulling at you. But I mean, I love being outside. I told my husband if I could just learn to live outside, I'd live outside. I don't like feeling like I'm in a box. I
I
like being
know.
outside.
Me
I just love
too.
the fresh air. I love the openness. I've always
yeah,
been that way. I would prefer, like, that's why I thought in the public schools it'd be nice if they taught more classes outside.
I
or
I
know.
mean,
like
I just,
yeah,
and I understand what some reasons why they don't at certain times. There could be liability. I don't know, all kinds of reasons, right?
yeah.
But I
Hmm.
still think it would just, I think it would make a difference in a lot of children if they could.
Like we used to do
Yeah.
in middle school. I went to a private middle school. We always did like once or twice a year, like outdoor ed with like a ropes
Yeah.
course, and it was
Hmm.
a lot of fun.
Did they not
And
do
you
Yeah.
that
spent
anymore? No more outdoor ed?
they do, but it's like not like to the extent. Like I actually we stayed in a tent, and so it was fun.
Yeah, that's real camping.
That is real camping.
Yeah. Oh, well, Julie, I have to say you do look like you're a little bit better.
Yeah.
I think that in your heart, you feel a little less heaviness in your heart because you know he's in a safe place, you
And I
know?
know like over spring break, if he had been here, he wouldn't have been hanging around here. He would have
No.
been taking off. So it was probably good that he wasn't like that it started when it did, because
Perfect timing. It's like right when
I'm
spring
gonna
break started.
in a letter I was gonna tell him like, look, I would have loved to have told you about this, but you were just taking off whenever there was something that you didn't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows, I think, that he would have taken off. Like, I know he's mad that we didn't tell him, but he would have taken off if we had said, look, we're gonna be, even if we'd said we're gonna be taking you.
And you still can write him a letter.
Yeah. We've
Yeah.
written like Billy wrote one. And the
Good.
therapist said he was receptive to it.
Good.
So
That's
yeah.
good. Well, I just realized that we didn't even get to the side. So, okay, what do you guys
It is
think?
2 o'clock, isn't
I
it?
know it's crazy.
It's 2
Here's what I can do. Either I can send the slides to you guys or I can save them for next week. What do you guys think? I'm fine with.
um, it's a, what I'm trying to add. I was trying to follow like what topic were you going to focus on today? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, no, no. I was going to talk about a tool called Name It to Tame It, and that's what my slides are on. Um,
Name it to
and
tame it.
here's another thing I
Okay.
need to share with you guys too that I totally. So my mom has to have some emergency surgery done at the University of Maryland on
Oh,
Tuesday. It was not supposed to be until June, but the doctor called me like she has like a full blockage in her heart. And
oh,
so
Oh,
the
okay.
surgery is on Tuesday. So I'm going to Maryland like Monday and I'm going to be there. She's most likely going to get out of the hospital Thursday. So I'm supposed to, anyway, I was going to see
Yeah,
if it
that's
would be okay with you guys
yeah,
if we either switch the day next week. Like, I don't know how your
yeah,
Fridays are.
yeah,
I
that's
should
fine.
be home by
right.
Friday because my mom said she just wants to go home and sleep and maybe I'll go
Okay.
back when she's getting a little bit better, but how are Fridays for you, Maggie?
That would be fine with me. Just I
What?
mean, whatever you need to do, if
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, because
Um,
if you need to, whatever you need to do,
yeah.
Christina. I mean,
Which
be there
hospital
for
will
your
she
mom.
She's
which
gonna be at
hospital?
University of Maryland in downtown Baltimore.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah,
The
so
UMAB.
yeah, so I and her she has to be there at 5:45 on Tuesday, so I'm going in Monday. And then
Oh,
I'll be
wow.
there till Thursday is when she's supposed to get out. They said 2 nights. If she gets out Thursday, then I will. She said she just wants to go home and sleep, which I'll let her do, and then I could do group Friday. If there's a
Where does she live?
complication, she lives in Westminster. Sorry, this is
Oh,
Okay.
probably all like Japanese to you, Maggie, because I don't know if you know Maryland at all, but
Well, I mean, I do because, like I
oh, do
said, I
you?
live more the southern, like, because I'm in Franklin County. So, like, I'm
Okay,
more farther
you're
because I'm not
Southern
too,
PA.
yeah, so many, like, well, 30 some miles from Gettysburg. Like, yeah,
oh,
I know what
okay.
you're talking about. Probably an hour and a half from Baltimore. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, okay,
all
so
Yeah.
those
you
towns should
kind of
be in
get it.
Westminster.
Okay.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I
that's
could
where she
visualize
is.
when you were talking. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I know these places.
Yeah, so she has to
So,
leave her house
yeah.
like wicked early on
Yes, it'd be
Tuesday.
very early.
Yeah,
So,
so if there's no, I mean, hopefully there's no complications. If there are, I'll keep in touch with you guys for sure.
that's
But
fine.
can we tentatively plan for next
Yeah.
Friday?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
No problem.
fine. Yep.
And I'll keep in
Yep.
touch with you guys. All right, and then for the slides, what do you guys think? Do you want me to just save it for next week, or do you want me to send them out? I'm
I mean, I'm
happy to do
okay
that.
with you sending them if you want to. I mean, that's
Okay.
up I don't
Yeah.
know what Julie wants, but that's fine because I want to
Yeah.
go back to look at a couple of the other ones anyway. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I can look through them because sometimes in the evening once the kids are in bed, if I'm just I
Yeah.
have been looking at stuff,
Okay,
so
perfect.
that's kind of like my time that I usually have time to do it,
Yeah.
when they're in
Mm-hmm.
bed. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that would be fine with me. I mean, it's up to Julie what, she would like to do too, but
That's fine.
that's fine. If you just
Okay.
send it, I'll look at it.
Okay, so
So,
I'll send you guys
okay.
the slides and the recording's really obviously just the three of us talking today.
Right.
So are you
Okay.
guys okay with me sharing that with the group or do you feel like you like is anything you shared today like really confidential that you don't want like the rest of the group to see? It's up to you.
Okay. And I don't know who else, and I didn't mean to ask you, like, who else sees these? Is it just us in our group or is it anybody?
Oh no,
Like
this
when
is
we're talking,
just our
it's
group.
just our small group. So
You want
like
to
I
say
know
hi,
you
Yeah.
work with
Christina?
different groups. I just wasn't sure. No,
My friend.
I'm fine. I just
You want to say
because
hi to
after I
Margaret?
thought so, because I do say some things and I've talked about my school. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I better watch what I'm
Oh
saying
no, don't worry.
sometimes.
This is
Because you
totally
try to be careful. I don't know, like who's,
Yeah.
no, no, no.
you know
It's
what I
just
mean.
us.
So
Like Jeff and Valentina would
With my
see it,
ADHD,
but
okay.
it's just me and
Valentina's out
another
of the
person.
country till the 17th, so I
Oh,
don't
good
know.
for her.
Yeah, it's
I'm
all
sure I'm glad she's able to do that.
yeah.
That's nice.
Okay, well then I'll just send
Okay.
the recording to you guys. I'll send the slides and like the printable or whatever, and I'll keep in touch with you guys about next week. But thanks for
Next
your
week. Yep.
flexibility.
Yep. No
And
problem. I'll keep your mom and in
yeah,
our
please,
prayers and
thank
your son
you.
and Julie, all of you guys,
Yeah,
you know, just
me
Thank
in a
too.
blanket prayer because um yeah, we just want the best for our children, want the best for us too. We want to feel at peace through all of it. Because
Yeah,
there's times, you know, that's what kind of drowns us, I think, when we can't feel like we feel some peace,
I
then we need
know.
that peace,
Yeah, and
you
I'll be
know.
praying for you and Caden, and I'll always
Thank
pray.
you.
I always pray
Yeah.
for Patrick and you, Julie. So, um,
Yeah, because
yeah,
yeah, we all can use
we
prayer
can all
because we
use it.
fall apart too. You know, so all
Yes.
right. Thank you and take care. Take
All
care,
right.
Julie. All
Bye,
right. Okay.
guys.
Oh,
I'll talk
Bye-bye.
soon.
Caitlin wanted to say hi to you, Christina.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna go ahead and get
Oh,
going.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi, Caitlin. How are you?
Look at mom, that's so annoying.
Aw, I'm glad you have.
Well,
Aw.
good luck with your mom next week.
Thank you so, so much. I'll keep in touch.
Okay,
All
thanks.
right. Bye, guys.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.